Hey, how's it going? I'm Trent Weezer, and we're here in search of the perfect shuffle. It's time for another segment of New Editions, where I go through the new music of the week and tell you what's worth adding to your library. Today I have about 8 songs worth of music for you, some really solid cuts, a really wide variety of genres of music, so hopefully everybody who watches this video can find something that really appeals to them. The very first song I have to tell you about is by Boogie featuring Jid. The song's called Soho. Boogie is another rapper from Compton, but that doesn't mean that he's like any other rappers. He's a lot more soft-spoken. He's got a tough exterior, but a soft center. You know, he's a Tootsie Pop of a rapper. He just recently put out a brand new album. The standout track from this album, called Soho, features some really great flows put over an affected industrial beat. Something that's really unique that you don't hear very often in rap production. There's some really solid flows from Boogie himself, but the best verse in the whole song and the one that really drew me to this song was the verse from Jid. Even though it's a short verse, he switches flows like 3 times, and his lyrics are insane. Right when you think he's going fast, he slows down and really draws out a couple words, and right when you think he's slowing down, he speeds up at incredible speeds. You just never know exactly what he's going to do, and that kind of spontaneity and control is what I really love about this verse. It's a great song, very well done, 35% skippable. So go check it out and let me know what you think. An incredible thing happened this week. It was a big surprise. If you loved Weezer's cover of Africa, you're going to be very excited about this. They dropped an entire album of covers. Weezer has gone and covered a bunch of songs that are very well known, but Weezer has given their own spin to them. Now, the one song that I really loved off this album and that really stuck out to me was Weezer's cover of No Scrubs by TLC. Now, if you've heard the original, you know that No Scrubs is full of soul and swagger and attitude. And the thing about Weezer, and especially their lead singer, Rivers Cuomo, is he's like me in that he's incredibly white. He's very, very white, sometimes painfully so. And you'd think that this would make Weezer and TLC a poor match. But Rivers really leans into his performance and adds as much swagger as he can to it. I really love hearing Rivers say that a scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly and is also known as a busta. You know, coming out of his mouth, coming out of my mouth, it sounds idiotic. But he actually makes it really work, and he has a lot of fun with it, you can tell. My favorite part of the song is when Weezer comes in and really puts their spin on the bridge. They throw in their classic scuzzy rock guitars with a headbanging energy that makes it unforgettable and really lets you know this is Weezer covering the song, not just Rivers doing karaoke at the bar. This song is only 25% skippable. It's one that I've been going back to over and over again. It's definitely one that you can't miss. Another huge event in the music community today, especially for us indie kids. All the kids who in high school said that you probably had never heard of their favorite band. Guess what? Vampire Weekend isn't underground anymore. Actually, they're very popular. And we've been waiting for their new album for 6 years. And finally, they've come through with some new music. They've announced that they're going to drop a brand new album, and they're going to do it in 2-song increments. So they'll drop 2 songs every once in a while until the whole album is out. So the first 2-song drop happened this last week, and we got some great music. The song I wanted to talk about is called Harmony Hall. This song starts out with some really great acoustic guitars, just some finger plucking, some really sweet vocals, and really thoughtful lyrics from Ezra Koenig. It's definitely Vampire Weekend back in form. I love how the acoustic guitar leads into the piano, which leads into the choir, and the whole song just feels like a big crescendo. It's very righteous, it's very triumphant, definitely a feel-good song. So I would say it's only 20% skippable. Definitely a highlight for me this week, and one that I think everybody's been waiting for. A new album that really caught my attention this week is by this group Fiddler. This album feels like all of the best parts of a Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack smashed together. It's got influences in rap and punk and hard rock, but is still really fun and upbeat. The track that really stood out to me is called By Myself. The lyrics alone seem pretty depressing. It talks about how he's cracking one open with the boys by himself, how everybody thinks that he needs professional help, and how it feels good to cry. If you read the lyrics out of context, you might think this was a really sad song. But the really catchy tune, the upbeat guitar and drums, a little bit of bongo in there, really make this song super fun. It's depressing but hilarious, and who doesn't love that? Fiddler really brings the crass, loud, raw nature of punk rock into this song and into this whole album, and I really love that. I really enjoyed that. This song is 30% skippable. Go check it out and put it on your playlist for your next party. Next, I'd like to talk about this song, Bathe in Blood. It's by the band Puppy. Puppy put out their whole new album this week. This was the only song that actually stood out to me. To me, it sounds like a crossover between indie rock and metal music, which is really unique. It's like a strange mashup of Death Cab for Cutie and Metallica. Death metal for cutie, I guess. To start the song, we've got double pedal bass drums, we've got thrashing guitars, just classic metal instrumentals that just drive the song forward. But then we hit the vocals, and the vocals are really sweet and soft, just like you might expect from an indie rock song. The juxtaposition of the two works really well, and I really enjoyed the novelty of the sound and the way those two combine surprisingly well. This song is only 35% skippable. It's definitely very unique, so go check it out and let me know what you think in the comments below. We have a new single this week from Billy Lemos featuring Still Woozy and Blake St. David
called Wait.
This is a really soft, dreamy, summery jam. It's a great electronic pop song that creates an immersive soundscape. Really feels like it just surrounds you, and the summery, relaxed atmosphere really just washes over you. The best way I can describe it is it feels like you're floating in a pool while the sun sets. Really relaxed, very summery, very beachy. This song is 30% skippable. It's definitely worth paying attention to. Last, we have a brand new album. It's a collaboration between Phoebe Bridgers and Connor Oberst. Their group is called Better Oblivion Community Center. Now, if you don't know Phoebe Bridgers or Connor Oberst, what you need to know about them is they're kind of like dirty hipster kids as far as their musical styling goes. They're very lyrical, they're very earthy, and their music is about hipster kid woes. How drugs can make you feel bad sometimes, having too many metaphors, depression. Classic dirty hipster woes. The thing is, I really enjoyed the lyricism on this album, and I'd like to talk about it by talking about two of the songs from it. The first song that I'd like to talk about is called Dylan Thomas. It's actually very upbeat. It's an infectious tune, and the acoustic guitars amp up into electric guitars and really get the energy going, really get the blood pumping. It's definitely the most upbeat song on the album, but don't miss the really great lyrics and songwriting from these two. This is another song that's only 20% skippable. The last song I want to talk about from the same album by the same artist, Better Oblivion Community Center, is called Chesapeake. Now, this is the opposite end of the spectrum for the album. Chesapeake is slow, it's tender, it's soft, and it really speaks to the heart. It's a very emotional song. Phoebe Bridgers and Connor Oberst, their voices really blend together super well on this song. I love the way they complement each other. The song is almost entrancing, and something that really adds to that is the beautiful use of the theremin. You may know the theremin as the instrument that's used to make alien sound effects on TV and on movies. The thing is that when they used the theremin in this song, it didn't sound like a gimmick. didn't sound corny at all. It was really, really entrancing and beautiful and endearing. Probably the best use of a theremin that I've ever heard in any song. Not that it's very common, but this song demonstrates just how beautiful that instrument can be. And I really loved that about it. It really added to the emotional aspect of this song for me. Another song that's only 20% skippable from an incredible album by Better Oblivion Community Center. That's all the music that I have for you this week. If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications. All of the music I talked about today will be linked in the description below. I'm also starting to make a playlist for each video, so the playlist for this video will be on Spotify and Apple Music, also linked in the description below. Go check out the music I showed you. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if there's anything I need to go back and listen to. I'm Trent Weezer, and this is The Perfect Shuffle. Oh, the blood pump.